A king abandoned his throne for a child no one can see. In the hidden gardens beneath Lothric Castle, long after the royal court had fallen silent, a man once crowned king crawled on all fours, whispering to an infant that may not have even existed. This is Oceiros, the consumed king, and his story is one of obsession, forbidden knowledge, and a descent so complete that reality itself begins to fracture. Oceiros was once the king of Lothric, before madness, before scales, before the garden. He ruled alongside the royal family that would eventually give birth to Lothric and Lorien, the twin princes meant to link the fire. Whether he is directly their father or part of a broader royal lineage is debated, but one thing is certain: he was royalty at the heart of a dying kingdom. And like many in Dark Souls 3, he feared what was coming. The fading of the fire, the end of gods, the collapse of legacy. But unlike others who clung to the first flame, Oceiros looked elsewhere. He looked to dragons. Dragons represent immortality in the Souls universe. They existed before fire, before disparity, before light and dark. And one dragon in particular changed everything. Seath the Scaleless. Seath betrayed his own kind, aligned with Gwyn, and pursued forbidden knowledge in exchange for power and immortality. Oceiros followed that path. The Grand Archives, once a place of royal scholarship, became a laboratory of twisted research. He studied dragon blood. He studied transformation. He studied ascension beyond humanity. And slowly, the king began to change. Not just mentally, physically. By the time we find him, Oceiros no longer walks upright. He crawls, his body elongated, his mind fractured, his voice unstable. He is neither man nor dragon. He is something in between, consumed. At some point, Oceiros abandoned Lothric Castle. He retreated to what is now known as the Consumed King's Garden, a hidden, poisonous graveyard of failed experiments and mutated creatures. This wasn't exile. This was obsession. He believed dragonhood was the future, and he believed his child, Ocelotte, was the key. But this is where the story becomes strange. When you fight Oceiros, he cradles something in his arms. He speaks to it. He comforts it. He protects it. He calls it by name, Ocelotte. But you cannot see it. There is no visible baby, just empty air. Now here's what we know. In early versions of the game, there was a visible baby model in his arms. Cut content files and early development builds confirm this. But late in development, FromSoftware removed the model. Yet they kept the crying sound effects, Oceiros' dialogue, his protective stance, the moment in Phase 2 where he violently slams the ground, and the crying stopping when he dies. This creates one of the most unsettling design decisions in Dark Souls 3, because now the player is left with three possibilities. The baby is physically there, we just can't see it. The baby died before the fight, and Oceiros is delusional. The baby never existed, and his obsession fully broke his mind. And the game never confirms which is true. Was this a last-minute design compromise? Or was it intentional ambiguity? Some argue it was a rushed removal. Others believe the invisible baby actually makes the fight more disturbing. Because now you're not just fighting a dragon king. You're fighting a father, screaming at something that may only exist in his fractured mind. And when he slams the ground in Phase 2, is he killing the child? Or is he simply snapping completely? The fact that the crying continues after that moment and only stops when you kill him suggests something far darker. Whatever Ocelotte was, it was tied to Osiris's life. And when he dies, so does the illusion. In Phase 2, Osiris stops pretending to be a king. He drops the formal speech. He begins crawling violently. His voice cracks. He screams. He moves like a feral creature. This isn't just physical transformation. It's psychological collapse. His attempt to become dragon-like did not grant him immortality. It stripped him of humanity. He is no Seath. He is a failed imitation. And in Dark Souls, imitation without understanding always ends in ruin. After defeating Osiris, you gain access to the untended graves, a dark mirror of Firelink Shrine, a world where the fire seems to have already faded. This is not random placement. Osiris was searching for a future beyond flame. And what lies beyond him is a world where the flame is gone. Whether this is a past timeline, an alternate future, or a parallel reality is debated. But symbolically, it's clear. Osiris was chasing a world beyond fire, and what he found was darkness. Osiris represents desperation, the desperation of a king who feared irrelevance, the desperation of a father who tried to engineer perfection, the desperation of a world that no longer believes in the old gods. Instead of linking the fire, he tried to transcend it. Instead of trusting the natural cycle, he tried to rewrite his bloodline. And in doing so, he consumed himself. A king abandoned his throne for a child no one can see. In the end, his crown meant nothing. His research meant nothing. And whether Ocelotte was real or not, the madness was. Osiris did not escape the fading world. He became another casualty of it.